finally made it to the pinnacle. How long you waited for the antidote? Salute me like a 5-star general. Now strike a pose for the camera, yo, and go left to right, left to right.
Hi all, before we get into the video of me and Andrew, I just want to advertise two things. We've got a podcast and YouTube show. The YouTube and podcast show is called The Epic Florida Project, where me and my co-host Simon talk all things Orlando, Florida in the theme parks and out entertainment wise. And coming very soon as a podcast, maybe in the future as a YouTube show as well on here. Epic Haunts, where me and Simon, we talk all things haunt scenes in the UK and in Orlando, Florida. What do you mean haunt scenes, Phil? Well, Halloween-y type of stuff, like shows like Tully's Farm, Scarefest, and all them sort of things. And then the big boys in Orlando, Florida, Halloween Horror Nights, Hallow Screams from SeaWorld and from Busch Gardens as well in Tampa Bay. We'll keep you up to date with news on them for Halloween Horror Nights 31 and things like that. And we'll also be chatting, what we think of Halloween Horror Nights 30 was gone. Interesting news and giving our own opinions. Now, if that interests you, as I said, it's called Epic Haunts. If you can't find it on the podcast apps, it's taken over my old show, Ghost, Aliens and Beyond. It's still on the same feed. If you're already subscribed, it'll just swap for you. If you're not, look for Epic Haunts. If you can't find Epic Haunts, just type in Ghost, Aliens and Beyond. Here's a quick trailer for Epic Haunts. Hi all, welcome back to Rant Football, your weekly news from Manchester United, Chelsea. I'm your host Phil, and tonight, as per normal, I'm with the Man United fan Andrew. And there's only one way to sum up this week. If you're a Chelsea fan, we're explosive. If you're a Man United fan, it's absolutely a disgrace. And I, for one, we're going to leave Man United until the end. We're going to talk Chelsea first. But before we get into it, I, for one, think Ollie has to stay. So, Andrew, let's get into Chelsea. What are you thinking of Chelsea in the last two games?
What can you say about him?
Dominant.
No matter who they play, you beat him in front, fair and square.
It's some big scores.
The league will come down now to the top three.
Oh, it's definitely between Chelsea, Man City,
Liverpool, and Man United. And Liverpool, that is it.
I think these three teams right now are light years ahead. I think Man United can scrape into the top four if they get a good new manager, but we'll get to that. Anyway, people, if you wonder what I'm going on about, obviously Chelsea Champions League midweek, we played a Malmo in the Champions League with a very dominant 4-0 victory. A lot of people said to me, look, it's Malmo, there's nothing to get excited about. The sheer fact Tottenham fans and that said that to me, Arsenal fans said that to me, and I'd just like to point one thing out. Malmo's in the Champions League. You're Tottenham in the worst European Cup, and Arsenal, you can't even get in Europe. So shut the hell up. You have no right. You don't have the jurisdiction to talk about the Champions League. And quite frankly, you don't have the jurisdiction, either of you, to talk about Champions League football until you win the trophy. Only three English clubs right now can talk about it. Liverpool, Man United and Chelsea. The rest of you, shut the hell up. But anyway, Chelsea were dominant. I must say it was a easy game. It was like a pre-season friendly, quite frankly. We were too fast. We've got them again in the next game. That'll probably secure Chelsea through to the next round of the Champions League. We might not win the group. I still think we can beat Juventus at home. But if we don't, we're still going to be through. And let's face it, no one's going to be want to play Chelsea in the Champions League in the knockout stages anyway. I mean, the defence is absolutely awesome. I think we've let in 4 or 5 goals, maybe 6 goals in all competitions we've played in this season. And Andrew will know how bad that is because his team's just let more goals than that, nearly as many goals as that in one game. But we're going to move on to the Premier League now. We don't need to do the Champions League. It was Malmo. It was nice and easy. I was very happy. The boys seem to be waking up again. What's good. The bad thing about the Champions League was obviously Lukaku and Werner, both of our only 2 strikers, really. One getting an ankle injury and one getting a hamstring. I'm guessing they're both. I think Lukaku will come back first, maybe 3 to 4 weeks. I think Werner might take longer. Hamstrings are tricky things to come back from. So it depends on the player and how bad the hamstring is. It's just one to watch. But as a Chelsea fan, as I said, we're pretty lucky when it comes to fixtures because we haven't got many hard games to play for the next few weeks. If this was the beginning of the season, I would have been very worried. Now, why do I say that? Well, simple. We get into the Premier League. We smashed Norwich 7-0. They're a disgrace to the Premier League, Norwich City. They should be relegated now. They shouldn't even be in it. How can you dominate for 2 times? They've dominated the Championship, come up and be one of the worst Premier League teams in the history of the Premier League. They shouldn't be in it. Something should be done about it. I mean, I'm not sure who's worse, their manager or Solskjaer, but they both have the same problem.
Solskjaer.
Well, we'll get into that soon, but I just think they both have a serious problem. Neither of them know how to do defensive football, and that is the problem. What was at Chelsea under Frank? I love you, Frank, as a player, and that season when you did miracles, but you never, even that season, Frank Lampard never got the defending sorted out. What Tuchel has done. I
can actually say about Frank now. You know, he didn't get your defence sorted out. He got you further and further up that league.
I'll give him that.
And that's one thing
he just couldn't go to that final step. It was too early in his career. Right, Chelsea 7-0. It was the tale of the youth academy for this game. I mean, 3 goals from Mount. Scored. I'm forgetting names now. Hudson-Odoi and obviously I'm going to say Glenn Johnson, but that's totally wrong. Reece James. He scored 3 youth players. 5 of the 7 goals from the youth, 6 goals from English players, and the 7th goal was an own goal. I mean, apart from Ben Chilwell's goal, 5 of them goals were free. Youth Academy didn't cost us any money to bring them through. And this is what Chelsea fans have all like. We like bringing new, exciting, world-class players through. But this is what we've always wanted as well. We've wanted them youth to come through and be the stars. And I mean, we were happy back in the day with John Terry, but now it's another level. I mean, we've got 3 or 4 awesome youth players. Then you forget Christiansen, who came through the youth system, went out on loan, but he did come through the Chelsea youth system as well. Chalobah played in this game as well. Another youth system person. It was awesome. It's just like, oh, am I forgetting? How can I forget Loftus-Cheek? He came on. Get what? Another youth player from the academy. Absolutely awesome. The only player who didn't really play well was Kai Havertz. I think he's the type of player, though, who needs 3 or 4 games under his belt to get going. And I think he's a quality player. I know a lot of people said he weren't great yesterday, but we were trying to play the balls what we played to Lukaku, to him, and he's not a Lukaku. He wants the balls into his feet, and he can do magic like that. I also want to give a massive shout out to Mendy and Petr Cech. Chelsea had a goalkeeping problem. Czech said, get Mendy in. The guy's just getting better and better by game. There was one point in the game yesterday when Norwich had one good attack. They got around Mendy, and Mendy slid in the area to block it like John Terry. And then his celebration afterwards said it all. This is what's scary about this Chelsea team right now. They like to score, it looks like right now, but they don't want to concede even a goal. And without conceding 1 goal, Chelsea will get points. This defence is unbelievable right now. And Chelsea, as a team back to front, are looking awesome. Now, I'm not getting overexcited. Liverpool are still up there and Man City up there. I need them to...
though. Chelsea's still missing players. And they still need 1 or 2 for me.
I still think they need another striker.
Get the right players next season, they'll run away with it.
I've always said that Dortmund striker, what's his name, Haaland. If Chelsea could get him in with the type of football playing, and even Eden Hazard coming back, it wouldn't be the same Eden Hazard we remember, but he might be a power sub who could come on last 20-25 minutes when teams are tired or rip them apart. Because Hazard's probably, you have to play him carefully now. You can't play him every game because he's injury prone. But if he came back and say Haaland come in, I think Chelsea could dominate Europe for the next couple of seasons. I think that squad is that good. I do think one more centre back's needed as well. The reason for this is Silva's getting very old. How long can he really go? And the Rudiger saga with him, Real Madrid, if we don't keep him. So I think we need to bring another centre-back, maybe even two in the next couple of seasons to keep the defence strong. But I've got nothing to complain about right now. This is Chelsea purring. We've scored, we've scored 11 goals in 2 games. I mean, we are being known as boring Chelsea this year. My argument has always been, I don't mind boring as long as we're winning. And we've been doing that. We now took the next step so far. We're not boring and we're winning with style. But that's it from Chelsea, guys. I could raffle on about we are top of the league. I want to give you the next few fixtures. If you're wondering, I'm going to do Cup as well. So in the Cup midweek, we got Southampton. Probably put the reserves out, but I still think they're good enough to beat Southampton. Then we've got one of the worst teams in the Premier League, Newcastle.
I thought I was going to say Man United then.
Well, you'll be coming up soon enough. Then we got Malmo again in the Champions League. You see how easy these games are? Another bad team, Burnley. Then we got a tricky one on 20th November, the day after me. The day I'm actually going to, what's it called? Winter Wonderland in London. So I won't be able to watch games, kind of annoying. But it's, well, actually I might be able to. I can watch it on my phone. Leicester versus Chelsea. That's going to be a tricky one. Juventus, tricky. And then it just gets really easy again. We've got Man United at Stamford Bridge. Then we got Watford. West Ham's probably tricky. Zenit St. Petersburg. Leeds is easy these days. Everton are weird. Wolves are average. Villa are average. Brighton are average. I'm not going any further because then it goes into January. And January does start off hard. It's Liverpool. But as you can see, Chelsea have a lot of winnable fixtures coming up here. And if teams like Liverpool, Man City drop points, Chelsea could open a very good gap. And that could be scary for a lot of people. If Chelsea open that gap, I don't see it getting shut. Liverpool and Man City are both going to have to both keep on winning. So, as a Chelsea fan out there, how are you feeling? Do you think we can win the league? Do you agree with Andrew? Another couple of players in, and who would you bring in like me? Would it be a Haaland, a Hazard, a couple of centre-backs? What are you interested in? But now, let's get on to the best news of the week. We'll start with the Champions League. So, obviously, Man United played against Atalanta at Old Trafford. Now, I didn't watch this because Chelsea were playing at the same time. I did notice at half-time it was 2-0 to Atalanta and full-time 3-2 to Man United. Now, I watched 7 minutes highlights of this, and it looks like to me, Man United, chance-wise, was a better team. But did that really show in the game?
Yeah. You know what? The shocking part about it, we battered them with play. Couldn't score. Just couldn't score. And they've had a couple of chances. They could be at least 1-0 before we even scored. But they went 2-0 up instead. 2 goals, 2 simple tap-ins, bad defending, disgusting. Everyone booed them off, got booed off at half time, fantastic. And it should carry on, boom, every time we come out. Second half come out, Ola decided to make some subs. I'm believing that was like the Pogba and the Sanchos and I can't remember who one was, but they brought them on and the game just opened up. First couple of minutes, tack. And at the end of it, we got a goal back in with, I think it was Ronaldo. And then we just came on doing, no, Ronaldo got the third, I'm not sure he's got the first one, sorry. But was it bad? Yeah, it was Rashford. Oh no, I think it was Rashford and Greenwood. It was one of them, I'm not sure which way round. And then, like we all remember, the old Fergie time. People like that, I loved that. And then Ronaldo came up with the header. Brilliant football in the second half. Now and then, the super manager, the best manager in the world, thought they keeps the same team for today. And oh my God.
Right, so people, if you're wondering what Andrew's talking about, we're now into the Premier League game. The big game in the Premier League this weekend, Man United versus Liverpool. So if you're not wondering what's going on, Andrew's face, watch it now, full time. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 5.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Explain this to me.
I'll explain it. How long we got? We can't effing Jeff on here, so I know. But that's before you jump in. Got Ollie. He is a disgrace. He was a great player for Man United. Can't take that from him. He was a legend for Man United from the Super Sub, and he goes with exactly the same formation against Liverpool. And when I said to Park to play that formation, and Gavin Neville and everybody else said it, and Park goes, they play out his formation against Liverpool. Liverpool would destroy us. And you know what? I looked at the team. I texted Park and went, game over. And that even before hit the top. And if you don't know who Park is, he's on one of our shows as well. So,
just let you know, team, guys, Paul's on a podcast. What you are allowed to swear on it is called Rant Sports, and it's on all good podcasting apps.
And Andy can swear as much as he wants on there. But apart from that, it's this is mine and Phil's. But yeah, apart from that, that side was disgusting. Fred, give it away. McTominay, give it away. And do you know what? I hope the owners be there watching. Even Fergie looked at the people at the side of him, disgrace. That was disgusting in football. That was just, I'm glad it's happened. And I hope he's still in charge against Spurs. And I hope they give us a good whopping. And I hope he with Chelsea and Leicester City, and they give us a good whopping. Because the owners are not seeing anything. Or the farthest they can see is, let's keep Solskjaer in. He would do a good job. No. Get him out of the club. I've been on Facebook before. He won out. Phil's laughing, but the first thing Phil put in when he's out of the gap is keep Ollie in. Wrong. Get Ollie out. He's got to go because we keep him in. And I'm not joking when I say this. We could finish in the bottom half of the table this season, and that is not good for Manchester United fans. And you know what? Got to get started in the management. Get rid of a lot of them right now.
So we've had this chat millions of times. I think you are Zidane and Conte, aren't you?
Yes.
To me, can I just say, true for this, if Man United Glaziers and that, and I know you watch this show, this is me really saying to you right now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is backed by every other Premier League club, by every other fan of every other team in the world. We think he's doing a great job. Keep him. Give him a 5-year contract on top of this. He's a great manager and we love him. Keep him there. He's fantastic. Ignore the likes of Andrew. They're just being silly. Ollie, we want you to stay.
Well, I'll answer that very clearly. If Ollie stays, the Glazers will expect riots on that field by the next game. They'll be protesting. They'll be going through the Old Trafford doors again, and they're getting and they won't get out. Listen, get him out of the club with his staff and everything. We want him out. Okay. The booed when he went off field, and before he left, and about today's game, and I've never seen that Old Trafford, not for years and years anyway. There must have been about 3,000 Manchester United fans got off their seats and walked straight down the stairs and straight to the exit doors. It was a disgrace.
So that is it on that. Let me explain the Premier League table. Paul, if you're watching now, I know you'll turn off because you don't like hearing this anyway. I'm just going to go down to, let's say, 12th. So top of the table, played 9, obviously, is Chelsea. Won 7, drawn 1, lost 1, 22 points and 20 goal difference. Liverpool, by beating Man United, are back ahead of Chelsea on goal difference on 21 with 22 points and still haven't even lost a game this season. Man City third on 20 points. Then it goes West Ham, Brighton, right down to 7th where Man United are on 14 points. Goal difference of 1.
Fantastic.
Lost 3 games, drawn 2. and only won 4 in the Premier League. They are exactly the same as Everton right now. What's unbelievable. Then we go Leicester's in a little bit of good run right now. They're on the same points as well. We go down to Arsenal, same points. So there's 4 teams now with Man United on the same point. And the scary team for Man United, you go down to Wolves, who are on 13, and then 12th, Brentford on 12. Yeah, Man United could drop down this table and quick. I mean, we're looking at Man United now. As I said, you're on 14 points. What, you 8 points behind Chelsea already?
We're 8 points behind Chelsea altogether. And I think we're about 6 behind.
If you count that goal difference, it's 9 points because you've got 1 goal difference and we're on 20. That is like a point. So that is ridiculous. Andrew, hopefully we can do a new video next week. Do you think you'll be having a new manager by next week? True. Are
you open by tomorrow morning?
Yeah, but do you think there'll be a new manager in charge by next week?
No.
Do you think they've talked to Conte or Zidane?
Possibility.
I think they should have. I wouldn't be surprised if Ollie's gone by Monday night and by maybe Thursday you got a new manager in, and then on the weekend they're in the dugout. Don't expect much changes, Man United fans. The manager's going to need 2 to 3 weeks to sort out the mess Ollie's made, is what I would say though. The only thing what might change is the enthusiasm and the tempo of the football. Then players, they don't want to play for Ollie right now. You can see it. Oh, before we go any further, should have Ronaldo been sent off against Liverpool?
You know what? It was hard. You could look at it 2 ways. The ball was where his top of his thigh, so was kicking it.
Yeah.
But you look at the other side. In another game, he probably would have gone.
And before we leave, should Pogba have been sent off today?
Yes.
Totally agree. It was a filthy tackle. It would have been a great tackle if he kept his trailing foot on the floor.
But if you ever watched it, and I want people to watch Match of the Day tonight, when he actually done that tackle, he walked off and he thought, who gives that?
Well, yeah.
I knew he cared about this club.
Well, let me think why he's doing that, though. And I think he does care for the club. I think it's more down is you were 5-0 down and no one wants to play for Ole. So his answer was, I don't want to play for this guy. He's put me on the bench. He's bloody clueless. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. It's a fact.
Yeah.
There's not one on that field want to play for him. So why should they go out and train and not work hard? I wouldn't.
Totally agree. And guys, we've hit the 20-minute mark. Andrew, who's your next game? Is it Spurs? Is it a league game?
It's Spurs in the league match, and I hope we get battered there.
Right.
At White Hart Lane.
Unless you have a new manager.
What, get a new manager in by then?
Okay, but either way, guys, that is another Rant Football from Andy, the Man United fan, and me, Phil, the Chelsea fan. Stay safe, and Andrew, as you like to say,
give the thumbs up.
Yep. Subscribe to Epic Shows. Yep. Guys, subscribe to Epic Shows. As Andrew says, like this video and comment down below if Ollie should stay or go. I think he should stay. Andrew thinks he should go. And guys, as I said, check out Rant Sports on all good podcast apps. Just to point out, though, Rant Sports is spelt with a Z at the end. I know someone nicked the S1. They beat me to it. So it's Rant Sports with a Z. Just pretend we're American and stupid.
Put that done away.
She's also on Rant Sports. Anyway, guys and girls, and everybody else out there, wherever you are, thanks for watching and see you on the next Rant Football.